appearance and style matter in audio equipment? Nothing, and I mean nothing, has caught my eye more than the look of Zoo Audio speakers. The Zoo Audio Dirty Weekend speakers have won awards for many years, and I always wanted a pair. If you look in the right places, you can find amazing deals on used audio speakers, including Zoo Audio speakers. Rarely on eBay, mostly on websites like AudioGone or other platforms. You can pretty much find any high-end speaker to match your budget. It's also worth saying that if you're always looking for cheap low-end speakers, you'll always have cheap low-end speakers. So look at your budget, look at the websites, and know the products, and therefore you could probably win yourself an amazing set of speakers. I did. One thing that I think is cool about the Zoo Dirty Weekend speakers is that they're made from customer returned speakers. That's right. Owners send back their speakers to upgrade, and Zoo takes the drivers, refurbishes them, I guess, and makes the Dirty Weekend, which is a very affordable product. So recycling to create an amazing product. So I found a gently used pair of Omen Bookshelf Mark II speakers. Came in the original box, the original covers. I took out the vintage Pioneer HPM out of my main system and put these in place. Pioneer HPMs, well, they're just a really good party speaker and very fun. The Zoo Omen Bookshelf speaker sound was very different than anything that I've ever heard in the past. It felt like the soundstage was placed right in front of you rather than between the speakers. Many people talk about first row, second row, third row kind of scenarios with speakers. In the case of Zoo Audio, literally they're singing in your face. Because the soundstage is so far forward, it makes pinpoint placement very difficult. Yes, these speakers are forward, but not in a treble type of way. At the time, I was cycling through many different amplifiers to try to find the best match. I started with an Aragon vintage power amplifier connected to a Schiit Jotunheim as a preamp. And yes, I do like the Schiit Jotunheim as a preamp. The Jotunheim does wonders for soundstage. The Aragon is very noisy, or at least in the current state of my vintage electronics. Given the Zoo's high 12 ohm impedance and sensitivity of 110 dB, it was easy to get hum coming through the speakers. The Aragon itself has a lot of noise just from its transformer. With this said, the Aragon provided a sense of grip to these speakers that I've not heard before. You just know it when you hear a set of speakers connected to an amplifier that controls them. Every drum hit was fast and hard and right to the point. I switched over to a VTV Class D Hypex amp, and humming issues went away. This high-powered Class D amp was exactly what the speaker needed. Moving on to the next amplifier, I tried the Musical Fidelity M3SI and started listening. The whole speaker changed and I couldn't believe it. This is the first time in history that I've had something completely change how the speaker sounds. That forward soundstage was pulled immediately back between the speakers like a classic set of speakers. This actually made me upset, and I quickly removed the Musical Fidelity M3SI. I used the VTV for over 6 months and fell in love with the sound of the speaker and synergy. One thing that you'll note with high control is you can find yourself saying, why didn't they use a pop filter? Plosives are not commonly heard and or they're mastered out, but an amplifier with control will make plosives be heard. This was during the same period that I ordered the Schiit Agir amplifier, but it was put on delay for 6 months due to the pandemic. When I plugged in the Schiit Agir, it was pure bliss from day one. While it doesn't have the same type of control in the driver, the harmonics are beautiful, even to the point that it has a vintage boomy sound, which does make things sound good. The slightly slower bass and mid-bass help fill in the vocals, or at least male vocals. I literally could not stop listening to Chris Cornell's third album. The vocals were so forward and realistic, I felt like he was alive and singing right in front of my face. Let's be clear here, these speakers provide a very, very forward presentation. This may not be your preference. For example, my son, he did not like it. He preferred the Ascend Acoustic Sierra 1 speakers. If you like classic soundstage, stick with normal speakers. If you want something that looks amazing and sounds amazing, you need to try Zoo Audio speakers. Thanks from the Thrift Shop. Please like, subscribe, stick around.